This is Yogi by Rogness Brewing in Austin, Texas, and I can't believe how much I love this beer. What's weird is, I should hate this beer. I'm a bit of a beverage purist. I take my coffee black, and with the exception of a pumpkin ale or three in the fall, I tend to shy away from infused beers. But Yogi? Holy crap, this beer is good. The chai flavors are complex, and they seem to linger on your palate forever. The inspiration for Yogi was born from Diane Rogness' passion for yoga and a love of chai tea. The result is a contemplative beer. A few sips in, you'll feel yourself in a zen-like mood. I'm Mike Langford, and this is Locapour, a show about locally brewed craft beer. I'm at Craft Pride in Austin again, joined by Forrest Rogness to explore the beer he created with his wife Diane. Forrest is a little bit like the godfather of the Austin craft beer scene, as many of the brewers in Austin got their start as home brewers, and they learned their craft and bought their supplies from the Rogness' other venture, Austin Home Brew Supply. Heck, even Craft Pride owners JT and Brandy Egley got their start in the Austin craft beer scene, due in large part to the inspiration of Forrest and Diane. This episode is going to be very cool.
Forrest, thank you so much for coming out.
Sure.
It's an absolute pleasure to have
Cheers.
you on the show. So tell me about the Yogi. We're drinking the Yogi.
Okay.
What's up with this creation?
We at the brewery, we're trying to make things unique and something that's different. This is one of my wife's inspirations. We collaborated on it, and she's really into yoga. And after yoga, they drink chai tea, and a lot of bars are mixing it with other beers or with other liqueurs to make unique drinks.
Yeah.
One of them uses an apple liqueur and a splash of Yogi to make like an apple pie kind of drink. It's been very popular, being mixed with our porter as well.
Your wife is co-owner with the brewery, the Rogness Brewery.
Yep.
And what's really interesting is here we are at Craft Pride, another husband and wife team, and then you have a connection to Craft Pride in that you're related to one of the owners.
Yeah.
Great little circle of life. Everything comes back. Right?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Diane and I have been collaborating on beers and brewing together since 1990. We each of us get inspiration and we get feedback from each other and stuff like that.
Yeah. What made you make the leap where you're like, I like beer, so I want to make my own beer?
Well, I mean, every home brewer has that ambition, but it just got to the point where, we were getting good feedback on our recipes and decided to just take it to the next level.
Yeah. First of all, your beers are just fantastic. I love the fact that they feel a little different.
Yeah, that's
than
the whole
other beers.
point. That's the whole point, is making some unique styles like this one, or taking a style and pushing the envelope to make it a unique style. Just making beers that are not represented or underrepresented in the area, and just having lots of fun.
Yeah. How did you decide to come up with a brand for Rogness Brewing? Like, first of all, it's your name, right?
Yes. A lot of brewery names are taken, it's either dogs or aliens or something, So we wanted to sell the brand, as opposed to a lot of labels are just crazy illustration and you don't know which brewery that beer is from unless you read the fine print, and it gets kind of crazy. But shout out to Nick LaRoche. He helped me flush out the design, and he did a really great job.
Yeah. It's got this pop to it. In the simplicity, it's very recognizable.
Yeah.
Your craft brewery is very much an artistic endeavor, from the flavor to the nose to I was talking about the brand and so forth.
Yeah.
It's very much two artists collaborating there. I think a lot of times there's a tension between business and commercialization and art. How do you balance that, and how do you stay true to your vision as an artist and a craftsperson?
Both Diane and I have degrees in art, and it's just a natural progression. It's sort of like cooking. You got to know what ingredients taste well with others and how much to put in and work with that. We have the brewery, and then we just got our federal winery license.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to be doing hard ciders and probably some meads and some other stuff as well, just to increase the brand and do all sorts of things.
The Texas distribution laws have recently changed.
Yeah.
How is that impacting your plans at all? Are you just going to stay more brewery with tours occasionally, or are you thinking you're going to expand a little bit and start being able to serve on premises?
I know several of the local micros went to having a brew pub license instead, so they're capitalizing on the ability to sell the beer on premise.
Yeah.
That also limits your production a little bit. Right now, we don't have plans to do that. We want to just keep being a production brewery and making all sorts of different things and not worry about having limitations on production.
Yeah. You're looking to create new stuff? Is it just a passion for feed people's excitement about the existing stuff? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I have a longer commute, and I have plenty of time to think, and things come to me. Certain flavors would be good together, or some style that I'm not seeing around, and just try to write the recipe in my head while I'm driving, and then write it down once I get where I'm going. And then we do test batches, and once we've done enough test batches where it's what it should be, then we prepare it to be launched. But some of them we've done over 10 times, and we're getting closer, but not quite there. So.
Yeah. It seems like you think in terms of flavor, right? Because you talk about all these different recipes.
Yep.
You have so many recipes. You're coming up with a very wide palette, if you will.
Yep.
I mean, I think when I'm cooking, I'm thinking about, I put a little bit of this with this, that'll make that taste good. But you're thinking of an actual flavor you want to have, a beverage you want to have. Is that the way it goes?
We've been doing some with spices. I don't think it's utilized enough. Some spices and blending spices, and what style of beer would go well with that. Well, like with the Yogi, we wanted something that it's not too hoppy and not too overboard. I mean, there are some other chai beers out there that, like a chai porter or chai stout, and to me, I want bold flavors. When it's with a porter or stout, it's too subtle. Hops and the grains are competing with the spices, but this is trying to focus just on what chai is, and it is really spicy, so people that like it love it. And there's some people that aren't familiar with or don't like chai. It's different for them.
Yeah. I don't even normally order chai anywhere I go, but this is fantastic. I mean, the spice, the nose, the fact that I've taken sips, and it's been several minutes since I've taken the last sip, that it's still on my palate and there, and very boldly so. I'm also just totally craving Indian food or Thai food in a bad way right now. Like I need something.
It pairs well with that.
Asian inspired. Yeah, it's delicious. It's fantastic. Do you have a specific mood or zone that you're in where you're like, I need to have the Yogi versus one of my other beers?
Oh, yeah. It helps when you're at the brewery and we've got 6 different beers on tap. So it depends on the day what I want to drink. It's a little bit of weather, subconsciously, I guess, but bright, sunny, you want something lighter and golden, but dark and gloomy, you want a porter or something. But it depends on, if I haven't had one of my beers in a while, I want to revisit it no matter what the weather is. So
you mentioned dark or gloomy, you might want to have a porter or something like that, but I'm thinking in the winter, this is something that's going to warm and toast me up, right? Like the spice thing, I already feel warmer now.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's a Christmas beer.
Yeah, it feels like that's a great way to say it. Even though it's summer here, we're in the air conditioning. They're all great. Well, this has been fantastic for us. I want to thank you so much for coming out and joining me for this.
Thanks.
Thank you much. Keep doing the things you do.
Oh, thank you.